Hello. Tonight I'm going to be talking about how we can help children to avoid making silly mistakes on the phonics screening check. Tonight I'm going to be focusing on letters which the children might be inclined to swap around visually. So, for example, this word occurred on the screening check a few years back, and what ideally we would have been looking for is strom, but a lot of children actually swapped these two letters around and read it as or, and then got the word storm, which was obviously incorrect. Interestingly, if you look down the timeline on this Facebook page, just a few posts ago, I put on a passage in which some of the letters had been switched around. And actually, those of us who are able to read, our brains will automatically still be searching for meaning within that text. And you'll find if you take a look at it, you will actually very likely be able to read that passage highly successfully, even though a number of the letters are swapped around, which just goes to show that actually it's no surprise that some children did visually swap around the R and the O and got the or sound. However, on the screening check, it is vitally important that the children are reading accurately. And I've come up with a little game which the children really enjoy playing, and I'm going to share that with you now. So we'll just take the example here, let me pop it over here, of some words having the I and the R making the sound, and some words with those two letters the other way round making and I, and the children needing to be able to spot the difference. So in this game, this is a game called Cross the River, and there is a crocodile hiding underneath the water, waiting to catch the person who is trying to cross the river. So the idea is that the play person will follow the arrows and the path of the stepping stones to cross the river safely. However, the crocodile has been very clever, and what he's done is he has deliberately tried to catch you, all the children, out by swapping some of the letters around. So to try and help the children be successful at the game, before we actually start playing it, we're just going to look at each word on the stepping stones and see whether it's genuinely making an or whether the crocodile has swapped those two letters around and we've actually got and I. So I will move my finger along. If there is an the children will say it. If there isn't that digraph, they keep quiet. So hopefully, as I move my finger along, they stay silent here. When we get onto this word, hopefully when my finger reaches it, they'll go and then we keep going. Hopefully we stay silent. Hopefully they will go for this one. So we work our way through the words. So we're not reading them. We're just looking to see if we can spot the crocodile's tricks. When we've done that, we're actually going to play the game for real. This is going to be a little bit difficult for me to show you because normally this is clipped to my easel, so I have two hands free. So the play person is going to start on the first stepping stone. I'll do my best holding it on. And they're going to read the word G-R-E. Or grill. Fantastic. He can move on to the next stepping stone. So you hold the play person just to the edge so they can still see the words. You use your finger. They sound out the word. If it is correct, the play person moves on to the next stepping stone. If the word is not correctly read, the crocodile's little trap means that the stepping stone disappears into the water and the play person gets snapped up for lunch. So we usually have a little play crocodile hanging around near the edge. And in that instance, we'll get another play person and we start the game all over again. And we'll see if this person can actually cross the river successfully. I've also got some alien versions of this game. And in the alien version, the river is a sort of purpley reddish kind of colour, and the water is full of little alien creatures waiting to snap up the play people. But the principle is exactly the same. I found that's worked really well in the revisit and review part of the lesson, if that is an issue that you think the children need to practice. I've also done it successfully in the practice part of the lesson. So I've photocopied enough game boards for the children to have one between two. And they take their play person and they take it in turns to read the words. So one child will sound out the first one, And if it's correct, their partner will move the play person onto the next word. Then the other child reads the following word. If a mistake is noticed by one of the children, then unfortunately that play person has got eaten by the crocodile, and they will have to go and swap it for another one and start again. So that works quite successfully with them watching each other to spot mistakes. I've also left it out as an adult initiated activity before. So that's a game that you can make and successfully use during your phonics lessons. If you don't have the time or inclination to make those of you who have got access to the gold treasure chest on my website, under the phonics screening check resources, under Leslie's resources, there is a whole set of these treasure chest games. 10 of them are specifically looking at the issue of letters swapping. So it will be things like OR versus RO, UR versus RU, a lot of the ones that have R as one of the letters. Next week, I'm going to be focusing on words which contain less common graphemes. So in the screening check framework document, there are a few of the graphemes which are listed, which are actually really quite rare and only occur in a couple of words. So in the past, we've had the word group, for example, in which the letters OU, which the children are used to seeing as ow, actually are making the oo sound. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on next Wednesday at 7 o'clock.